Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are doing a spark plug change today. So you guys can see we have coil packs. The spark plugs are under the coil packs. Coil packs are under the intake manifold. So we will be taking that out. We have to get screws off through here and some hoses. You got 2 bolts right here. Give it a little tug. Alright, we got the intake manifold off. Basically, once you had all the bolts off, you pull it out through this section right here. You have a tight squeeze between here. It takes a little bit of muscling to get this part through right here. This section was not fun to get out. Yeah, basically you pull it out this way from this end first, and then it'll hit this part. You just kind of have to jimmy it out, and that'll come out. So we got these guys. Just pull them out. The old spark plugs, cylinder 1 to cylinder 4. They actually don't look too bad if I can get it to focus. And we will be putting on these guys, brand new. Yeah, I already checked the gaps on these. I'm gonna put some anti-seize and throw them in. So I had to take a little break. I had to go back to the auto parts store and grab some anti-seize. I could not find my jar. I may have taken it home. I didn't want to go home, so I went to the auto parts store. Got this. I'm gonna dab a little bit of anti-seize. You want to leave the first couple of threads. Just put a couple. That may be enough. So when you're installing these, if you don't have one of those sockets that have the little rubber piece to keep the spark plug in place while you're installing it, what I normally would do is I'd install it on the end of either a spark plug or the coil pack or the ignition coil pack, and you slide it in there, give it a little turn, pull it out. The threads are engaged, it'll keep it in there, and then pretty much repeat the steps. This one's not working, so I'm gonna slide it in there as far as I can, trying not to just drop it into the cylinder or into the spark plug hole. And it's on the bottom. Hand tight, then a half a turn. Coil pack going back on.
Perfect.
Alright, so what we're doing is we are inspecting the gasket for the intake manifold, cleaning it up a little bit, just a little bit of oil. But as long as there aren't major tears or deformations of the gasket, then you could probably still use it. I'm gonna reuse this one. Doesn't look that bad. It's a little dry, but it's not brittle. There's still a little bit of give to it when I press into it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna reuse this. Just throw it back on. That was a lot easier. Definitely a lot easier putting it in. Yeah, that's something different for a change. These bolts back in. And then the hoses. Put the intake box back in. Let's fire it up.